This is OneWrestling.com, 24/7 wrestling news.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. I am the Mark of the Masters, the man with the plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk TNA Impact Wrestling Destination X 2013 today. Ladies and gentlemen, to sum up this pay-per-view, holy, that was one heck of a show. I want to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment here below. You can follow us here at YouTube /OneWrestlingVideo. Ladies and gentlemen, OneWrestling.com. Let's quickly move on. Let's jump right in. There was a great video package, basically giving us the story of the David Chris Sabin versus Goliath, Bully Ray. And it was really, really interesting because throughout the night we're going to see that TNA actually did a fantastic job at really putting over Chris Sabin, but at the same time making Bully Ray look like that monster, that unbeatable monster. I thought it was a really great job. Well, Bully Ray comes to the ring and he says, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing about Chris Sabin. I'm tired about hearing him on Facebook. I'm tired about hearing him on Twitter, like he says. Bully Ray basically says that tonight he's going to take Chris Sabin out. He's not going to lose his title. Then he's going to take out the main event Mafia. Before all of this, he wants to talk to his wife, Brooke Hogan. Brooke Hogan's music hits, and she comes out to the ring, and she says, I have moved on. What the hell do you want with me? I have moved on. Brooke, obviously, is actually engaged to a professional athlete, and Bully Ray basically tells her, you move on when I tell you, you can move on. Well, just like any protective father, Hulk Hogan comes down to the ring, and Hulk Hogan says, enough is enough. And Bully Ray basically says, let me tell you something. Don't turn your back on me when you're walking away. I tell you, you are never getting a divorce. You are never getting away. You will always be my wife. Well, the Aces and Eights may have some trouble tonight because the main event Mafia appear on the screen and they want to know, Bully Ray, is your brotherhood stronger than the main event Mafia family? We move on to a fantastic match, and I want you guys to please watch the replay of this non-pay-per-view Destination X live on Spike TV. I'm sure you guys can find it on the internet. If not, you know, on Hulu, wherever you can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to watch this. It was a great show. Great match between Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. Austin Aries is able to get the clean pin, hitting the brainbuster on Bobby Roode. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Roode not only loses the match 0-4, but he almost loses his mind, destroying the computers, the chairs. I mean, he basically beat the crap out of the announce table. Not the announce team, the announce table. Bobby Roode about to lose it. We go backstage, and the vice pres, Mr. Anderson, actually gets into the fact that DOC is no longer with the Aces and Eights. Apparently, Doc, was very upset that he wasn't voted in as the vice president. And the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, Doc was released, and you know what? Go on the TNA website, go on Twitter, find out for yourselves why he was released. There's a whole bunch of different opinions. Some people are blaming Bruce Pritchard, so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is that DOC is no longer. They addressed it. They kept it short. They kept it sweet. Done. It always leaves the door open for him to come back. Maybe he joins the main event Mafia. Maybe not. Maybe we never see this guy again. But yes, Luke Gallows, DOC is no longer with the Aces and Eights. So that's it. And also Tara Tara's been released, but Tara's a different story. Tara, from what we know, she wants to focus. She has a very nice restaurant, and she wants to really focus on that. That is her passion. So you know, hey, best of luck to you, Tara and DOC. I hope to see you back on TNA Wrestling. I want to know what your opinion is on the releases of DOC. A lot of people are still worried, saying, oh, TNA's, they're cost cutting and they're sinking. And no, they're being smart with the money. Okay, they're holding back on these talents that they're paying a little too much. And basically WCW, what they did was when they went under, they were just paying everybody a lot of money. And I think Dixie Carter is being very, very smart. And again, you can follow my good friend Andre Corbeil, Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, and he has a bunch of great videos on his opinion on what TNA is doing right now. But anyway, we move on to, let's continue with this pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. So there is like a tournament tonight, an X Division tournament, because next week there will be an Ultimate X match, and there is apparently a new X Division championship belt. So what they did was they had three-way matches, and the winner of those three-way matches make the 3 for next week's Ultimate X match. So the first match we had Homicide of LAX. I don't know if you remember LAX. They were actually one of my favorite tag teams back in the day. That's right. You got Homicide and Homicide and Hernandez, and it was actually pretty cool seeing them backstage interaction with each other. Looked like Chavo got a little jealous, but anyway, so it's Homicide versus Petey Williams versus Sanjay Dutt, and I like the way the announced team was basically building Sanjay Dutt as the best X Division wrestler to never win the X Division title. It kind of makes me, kind of believe that maybe finally they will put the strap on Sanjay Dutt. Who do you think is going to come out of this? But let's find out who wins this match. And I got to be honest with you, during this match, I honestly thought Petey Williams, who received a vertebreaker from Homicide, I thought he broke his freaking neck, like Kurt Angle would say. He landed right on the back of his head, and it was scary. I think he's okay. I'll find out later on, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys know, please leave a comment here below. But that was a scary, scary moment for me as a fan watching this. But Sanjay Dutt is able to win the match, going over, hitting his beautiful finisher, which is that backflip in which he lands with his 2 feet on the gut or chest of his opponent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. He actually pins Homicide for the 1-2-3. Great match. Fast pace, crisp action. Really, 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 really good match. We jump quickly into the next X Division tournament match or qualifying match. Excuse me. And we have Manic, and he faces Kenny King, and they face Chavo Guerrero, and it was another good match. And towards the end of the match, we had Chavo Guerrero, who's on the top rope with Manic, and Kenny King is able to knock Chavo outside the ring with a sabbat kick to the back of the head. Kenny King is actually, he starts to gloat, but then while he's being a little too cocky, let's just say, Manic or Suicide, whatever his name is now, is able to hit his finisher with that inverted double knee to the gut, and he gets the 1-2-3 over Kenny King. So far, we've got 2 guys in next week's Ultimate X match, which is, rounding up to be really cool. So we have Hulk Hogan backstage, and he's actually giving some really good encouragement to Chris Sabin. And finally, the Main Event Mafia hit the ring, and the Main Event Mafia call out the Aces and Eights, and they want to fight. And hey, they all cut a relatively good promo, but the Aces and Eights come onto the big screen, Mr. Anderson, and he basically says, no, we don't do it on your terms. You do it when we want you to do it. Come backstage. Come follow us. Come get us. And the Main Event Mafia do, but they basically, and this was kind of predictable, but they were basically jumped, and Kurt Angle finds himself thrown in the back of a pickup truck and taken to God knows where. Excuse me. We move on, and we have the third match in the X Division tournament, or the X Division qualifying match, and we have this guy Rubik, so whatever the hell his name is, versus Rockstar Spud, who I think is a really, really good X Division talent. I like this kid a lot. And versus Greg Masculio. I can't even say it. It was freaking Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta is wrestling in TNA now. I'm just gonna call him Trent Beretta until I can figure out how to say his name. So Trent Beretta does this amazing flying swanton bomb from inside the ring over the top onto the floor, and lands it perfectly on Rockstar Spud onto the. I mean, I didn't know you had it in you, bro. And it kind of tells me some things that maybe the WWE wasn't using this guy the right way. They are kind of afraid to let these guys be a little more, let's just say, adventurous with their moves. But my God, you know, they put on a really, really good match. And long story short, Trent Beretta able to hit his finisher on Rockstar Spud, goes over 1, 2, 3. We move on, and Bully is on the phone. He's talking to somebody, telling him to take Kurt Angle to the place they were talking about. But anyway, we quickly move on, and we have Mickie James. Mickie James is in the ring, and Mickie James cuts a fantastic heel promo. She puts herself over as a country music star. Gail Kim comes into the ring. Mickie James talks about 5 reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes to slap Gail Kim. Gail Kim ducks, slaps her. They get into a great cat fight. I think it's going to be a really, really good match. Is Gail Kim turning heel? I mean, is she turning face? Possibly. Gail Kim could do it all. She could do heel. She could do face. She's just great all around. She's one of the best female workers or workers today in professional wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the main event of the evening: Bully Ray versus Chris Sabin. I gotta be honest with you, I did not expect this outcome. I really did not. During the match, the Aces and Eights hit the ring, and when they hit the ring, the main event Mafia actually come, and they also hit the ring. And did I miss something? Did you guys know what the hell happened to Taz tonight? Is it just me? I remember seeing this on Twitter. Where was Taz? Taz was no. Where's Teflon Taz? I didn't see Taz at all tonight. I would think a match of this magnitude, Taz would be there. I don't know. Again, it's just, I'm just throwing it out there. So I would like to know what you guys think. Where was Taz? Leave a comment here below. But it was a really, really good match, and it was perfect because we had Bully Ray, the big bruiser, and he was focusing on those knees, those damaged knees, and Chris Sabin was selling. They came to a point of the match where Chris Sabin finally comes off the top rope with a flying missile kick, knocking Bully Ray into Hebner, the referee knocking him out. And basically all hell breaks loose. The Aces and Eights hit the ring, the main event Mafia hits the ring, and somehow Kurt Angle is there. Now, I don't know. I think I might have taken a bathroom break. I may have to go back. Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell did Kurt Angle get back to the arena? I'm not sure they explained it to me. Maybe I missed it. But Kurt Angle was back. And anyway, they were able, the main event Mafia was able to fight off the Aces and Eights. But before that, as all chaos was going into the ring, happening in the ring, Mr. Anderson was able to slip Bully Ray the hammer. Well, Bully Ray goes to use the hammer while the referee is down, but Chris Sabin hits him with a spinning back kick to the gut. Losing the hammer, Chris Sabin picks it up but is not able to use it. Bully Ray then, grabs Chris Sabin, picks him up and puts him in a power bomb. Chris Sabin hits Bully Ray over the head, pins him, and when I tell you that the crowd freaking popped when the referee counted 1, 2, 3, this is one of the very first times that I really marked out for a championship win in a really long time. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Sabin is the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Which leads me to this opinion, and I want to know what you guys think. Again, this is wrestling in general. I know this is a TNA recap, but Chris Sabin put in his time. Chris Sabin gave his heart to this business. He came back from an injury, and TNA rewarded him and gave him the World Heavyweight Championship, or he won or earned the World Heavyweight Championship. Mark Henry tapped out to a weak finishing STFU, whatever the hell John Cena calls it, at a major pay-per-view and was made to look like a fool. Again, this is what I'm saying. I hope that the WWE will let Daniel Bryan become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion because he deserves it. It doesn't matter your size. It matters your heart, and it matters your in-ring skill. And damn it, he's just so entertaining. And again, Chris Sabin is amazing in the ring. If you've never seen the Motor City Machine Guns, go back. Go to YouTube. I don't know where the hell you want to look for it. These guys were, I mean, amazing, amazing, amazing work. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my recap and basically my review of TNA Destination X 2013. I'm here every single week. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us here every single week at onewrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestling Video. Follow us on Twitter at I almost forgot, at OneWrestling. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I say this every single week and I mean it. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, if I can, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling, and I know you watch because you love wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments here below. I want to see you next week, because next week is going to be freaking awesome. We're going to crown a new TNA X Division champion. For now, Chris Sabin is your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Believe that. Peace.